And we're off. On one screen, anyway. Alright, so this is Plague Knight. He's going to do a lot of jumping and bursting, and why don't you go ahead and explain his mechanics for us, Pete?
So to the uneducated viewer about Plague Knight, it might just look like he's just kind of flying, but it's actually
you wouldn't be wrong.
I mean, true, but both runners are actually using a clever combination of burst, which is like a charge release attack similar to like Mega Man's charge attack, and his two double jumps. So his two regular jumps are actually less height than Shovel Knight's regular jump. So you have to combine jumping, bursting, and double jumping to really get anywhere as Plague. And because of his more freeform jump mechanics, he has a lot more potential for movement than Shovel Knight. So it can make the speedrun pretty interesting.
Yeah, and unlike Spectre Knight, he runs the same levels as Shovel Knight, basically. So you get a lot of platform segments where he's just going to be ignoring everything because you're going to fly over. Coming up is our only major glitch in any percent, the plane zip, where you just kind of go up into that corner and you get shot to the other side of the stage.
Yeah, it's actually not that hard to do. So here's Black Knight, and both runners are going to be trying to do a stun lock on him. Tolu going for what Breadpan calls the baby version. Oddbod going for a different version. Tolu dropping the stun lock.
That's... it actually turned out okay somehow. Oddbods is interesting because there's a small chance he'll jump over your first bomb, but he got it.
Yeah, so Plague is a world map just like Shovel Knight, but he's not allowed in the village, so he's got to get around this village a different way.
He's gonna destroy this friggin' dude's house. That poor dude. Also, can I just say, these are like some of the hardest jump bursts in the game, I swear to God.
Oh yeah, you can get really screwed up with timing the bursts in the village and lose small amounts of time for like no reason.
And they're just gonna mash the text and get the heck out of here.
Alright, so both runners are going to be going to King Knight stage. Plague is basically, in the route that both runners are going to be using, is just kind of a mad dash through each level as fast as they can. Not really collecting anything, except for in the flying machine, they're going to be both collecting the Staff of Striking, which is the only relic that Plague will be collecting, and it's really powerful. It's a short melee attack that can be mashed, and it just melts a lot of the bosses.
Yeah, they don't even have to really worry about picking up money, because you just pick up enough money naturally going through the stage that you can buy everything.
Alright, both runners having pretty good King Knight stages. Tolu appeared to be having some small difficulties with the first couple rooms, but he's back on it.
I wonder if either of them do quickest books yet. Let's find out.
I don't think either of them are going to go for that. I've been watching Oddbod, and he hasn't been going for it. No, I don't think Tolu will, because he probably hasn't played Plague in very long.
Yeah,
they both went for damage boost.
Yeah, if you see Plague take damage, he goes a long frickin' way when he takes damage, and we actually use that to our advantage, because you can get sent to pretty hefty distance for free.
Yeah,
he jumps at you, you're just gonna have him jump at you and hit him for it.
Yeah, when Plague takes damage, he's actually sent back a little bit. So if he's facing forward, he's sent backwards. If he's facing backwards, he's sent forwards. And so you can actually turn yourself around to get sent forwards instead of being sent backwards. So like in the book skip.
That was a pretty solid King Knight by both players.
Now they'll be going to the Lich Yard. Pretty straightforward stage. There are some small differences with Plague Knight stages compared to Shovel Knight stages. That gap in that first room is actually floor for Shovel Knight. There's little level differences like that that make Plague a bit more challenging. So this level has the darkness gimmick where you can only see certain points with the lightning, but it's actually not that bad because the runners all runners pretty much already know the room layouts anyway, and they know how Plague feels and how he should move, so you don't even really need to see that much to get through these rooms.
Yeah, like basically as long as you can see that little explosion from his burst, you kind of know where you are at all times. There's actually a cheat code to turn the characters invisible, and Plague is the easiest to run invisible.
Oh yeah, for sure, because every time you do a basic movement thing, which is bursting, you can see exactly where he is.
This dark room is scary, but, oh, what is Tolu doing? I was gonna say if you just go right through it, it's fine, but if you stop like that, it actually gets kind of scary.
Tolu is the world record holder in this game, Plague of Shadows, but he hasn't really been playing it all that much. His record is over a year old, like a year and 4 months old. Oddbot is number 2. He's about 30 seconds away from the record.
Oh no.
So,
Oddbot got a pretty perfect fight.
My assumption would be that Oddbot is at the advantage because I would assume that Tolu is rusty, but he is also faster PB.
Yeah.
So it is relatively even.
We'll see. And there's some scary stuff they're going to be doing in the end game that could very easily kill them, so that could even it out.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the end game that can waste a ton of time.
One interesting thing about Plague Knight is, unlike the other characters, he gets free health upgrades at every 3 stages. So, it's probably the easiest run once you get the mechanics down. There's no real threat to losing all your life.
Oh yeah, and he has those health tonics, which are insanely overpowered.
Yeah. So, the Explodatorium, like in every other campaign, has global cycles with the pots. They're basically going to be timing it, that way the pots don't get in their way. You can see right there, that was kind of a bad cycle for Oddbot, but it wasn't too terrible. You've also got these rats who jump at you, and you'd be surprised how big the hitbox on their explosion is.
One really interesting thing about this stage is that when you're playing a Shovel Knight or Spectre Knight, you fight Plague Knight at the end of the stage. So since Plague of Shadows is an alternate timeline of the base Shovel Knight game, basically you fight Shovel Knight at the end of Plague Knight stage, and so both runners are going to be making sure that they enter that fight with 2 health bubbles only, because of an interesting glitch that you can do on Shovel Knight, or not really glitch, but stunlock.
Okay, Oddbot's fine.
Yeah, that was almost dead.
Good Alchemizer fight by both. Anytime you can kill him before he walks away, it's a good time.
So Oddbot is going to be coming up on Shovel Knight, and the reason for staying at 2 health bubbles or below as Plague Knight when entering this fight is because Shovel Knight has a phase locket, just like when you're playing as Shovel Knight, that gives him invincibility, which will allow him to get out of the stun lock, but he doesn't use it when you have less than 2 health bubbles available. So
yeah, and when he can't phase lock, this fight's a joke. He's stay in your corner. Oh, that's some unlucky anchor RNG, but it's fine.
Yeah, really all he can do is he can either move himself really weirdly and kind of avoid your bombs, but that's super, super rare, and that's only if you're not mashing hard enough. And then he can also throw an anchor, but if you react to that, you can also fix that. But he can really screw you over.
Yeah, and Tolu didn't get anchored, so that actually saved probably about 3 or 4 seconds compared to Oddbod.
I believe Oddbod got Icor skip though.
Yeah.
So what saves more time, getting Icor skip or not getting anchored?
Not getting anchored, but it's closer to even than it was a few seconds ago. There's Reese. He's we're not gonna see him at all. He kind of stays in World 1 for the whole game.
Yeah, interesting thing about Shovel Knight as a speed game is that the game actually can detect if you're going fast enough and will manipulate the map RNG so you don't have to do any map encounters unless they're mandatory. And I believe the only mandatory one is Black Knight 2 for Plague.
Yeah, and that was actually a recent change. They only did that when Spectre came out, so thank you so much, Yacht Club, for doing that for us. So we're now in Iron Whale. There's water mechanics, but they're actually some of the best water mechanics in gaming as a whole. It doesn't really interrupt your movement, you just kind of move slow.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to Mega Man 2. Oddbod didn't get the tentacle skip, but he didn't lose too much time. So if Tolu does get that tentacle skip, it'll be one more thing that gets him closer to even.
That was a very nice tentacle run by Tolu. Ooh.
So on Oddbod's screen, you'll see our favorite enemy, 420 Fish. He's called 420 Fish by the community because he likes to get really high sometimes.
You'll probably see it.
So his movement is random. So depending on how many cycles the runners can kill him in, that could make the run a bit more even or a bit less even. So Oddbod getting a pretty good fight.
Ooh, good backup. He actually got pretty bad RNG, but he made up for it pretty good.
Pretty great fight from Tolu.
Oh wow, that was beautiful. Those rockets on that screen are, for some reason, a global cycle, and I don't understand why. So sometimes they can mess you up if you're going too fast.
That rocket room is another example of a changed room between Plague and Shovel's campaigns. The changes are pretty subtle, but if you play both games a lot, you start picking up on some of the more drastic changes. Like the checkpoint placement is entirely different for this level.
Also, there's food right here before Treasure Knight, so that's kind of cool.
Ooh, Oddbod didn't get any food, and he's at 2 health. That's pretty risky. Treasure Knight is a pretty easy boss, but he can do a bit of damage if he gives you bad RNG or if you mess up. But Oddbod got a good fight.
That was actually fantastic RNG on his part. Hopefully Tolu gets a similar fight. Oh no! I cursed him. Oh my god.
Oh, Tolu getting eaten by the chest. That takes away some gold too, so that might screw him over a little bit for buying a staff, possibly.
No, he'll be fine. He does the safer gold route where he doesn't buy magic until after Polar Night. The smart route, unlike I do. But yeah, that was a whole lot of time lost for something that was completely out of his hands.
I mean, I get the feel, man. It's just fun to have the extra magic more early.
Yeah.
Pretty great beetle skip from Oddbod.
Yeah, this beetle you're supposed to ride all the way across, and we just fly over. No big deal. Ooh. Another interesting thing about the burst is that you get about half a second of invincibility every time you burst. So you can use it to just avoid damage if you're touching something.
So these green slime balls actually turn the lava into slime that you can bounce on, but neither runner really needs to use those because they both can just fly over the lava pretty much.
Yeah, we mentioned damage boosting before. It's a really, really big deal in this run. Just like going past enemies is probably the easiest way to do it is by damaging through them. Or damage boosting through them, rather.
So here's Mole Knight on Oddbod's end. And Oddbod's going to be trying to hit Mole Knight as many times as he can during his dashes. And then he's going to be trying to get... oh, he's not going behind him. He's just throwing from in front of him. So now Tolu is entering the same fight.
Rare footage of Tolu getting health. Yeah, as long as you can get Mole Knight before he digs, then it's not too bad.
Even if he does dig, you can still play whack-a-mole with him, and that saves a bit of time. But if you don't kill him before his invincible attack, then it's really annoying.
Yeah. Tolu also got a really good Mole Knight fight. And now we're going to be moving on to the flying machine. That way they can pick up the stack of striking as soon as possible.
Yeah, once flying machine is done, that's about the halfway point of the run. And they're both going to be getting the only item of the run here.
Scariest stage, 2 out of 10, would not recommend.
Oh yeah, this stage is, especially after the auto-scroller, but some rooms before the auto-scroller too, are pretty freaking hard.
The good news about this stage is that a lot of things that we all assumed were RNG, we recently discovered aren't RNG, so it's a little less scary than it used to be, but still very scary. Those Jawas there, their fans will blow you around, and they have a really big tendency to blow you into spikes and pits.
Yeah, there's one particular room that has 3 of those hover meanies called Jawas by the fan community because they look exactly like Jawas from Star Wars. But there is one room that has 3 of them, and if you don't know the proper burst pattern to get through, that can really mess you up.
There's the sound of striking. What it does is you just kind of like sit in place and whack people with your staff, and it goes so fast you can do so much damage with it. It's so useful for bosses. And also, as you can see, they're clearing out blocks.
Yeah, especially for Tinker Knight. The Tinker Knight, when he's in his mech, and the final boss especially, it really shows the power of the staff.
Yeah. Oddbod had a really good triple Jawa room.
Yeah, if you're a new runner starting out, please look at how the world record goes through this triple Jawa room, because it can be terrifying.
Oh god, no! Okay, what the?
As you can see, it can be terrifying. So now Oddbod entering the wind tunnel rooms, and here he's going to be trying to time a burst so that he doesn't get hit by those spikes there, and he got it, so pretty great.
He missed the 1 cycle.
Well, he didn't get hit by the spikes, that's what it's like.
Yeah, which is way better than getting hit by the spikes, yeah, absolutely. But You can actually time it so that you just kind of barely graze along the spikes, and you do it super fast. Super scary, though. Here's Propeller Knight. If they don't get the quick kill, I don't blame them in the slightest. It's super hard.
Oh, there, Tolu did get the fast first wind tunnel room. So that'll be a bit of a time save for him.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Tolu has a chance to catch up here.
Yeah. Yeah. When you kill a boss, you're invincible, so you can just kind of job down pits. It's fun.
Great fight from Tolu.
Perfect fight. In his words, easy every Tim. It's not easy.
So on Oddbud's end, you're going to be seeing Black Knight 2, and then shortly on Tolu's end. They're basically going to be trying to do a similar stun lock to the first time we fought Black Knight. But he can potentially decide to do an invincible backdash and get out. He did it for Oddbud.
Yeah, Oddbud had the proper setup, he just missed the timing. Still a good fight.
Yeah, you got a different stun lock. Oh, Madman, Tolu's mashing.
I don't like mashing against Black Knight at all. I know it's technically faster if you get lucky.
It's just pure RNG.
Yeah. Oh, still a good fight though, Christ. Alright, so next up they're going to be doing the Stranded Chip, which is Polar Knight stage. There's ice, they're going to be slipping and sliding. Plague Knight on ice. Get your tickets now.
Yeah, casually this stage can be really difficult because people like to say that Plague Knight is slippery just on his own, which is understandable with the burst being a little weird. Not everyone fully understands how to use it the first time around. But it's not too much of a worry for the runners here because they're just gonna be flying over all the ice.
Are you sure it's not too much of a worry for the runners? Because are you sure we were in the same game?
I mean, the ice specifically is
okay,
not that
that's
bad.
Fair.
The stage can be bad, but other reasons than the ice.
Yeah, that's fair.
More so the, like the hammer bros and stuff.
I want everyone right now to get ready for a heart attack. That's the scariest damage boost in the game. If you miss that by even a few frames, you die. And Tolu's probably going to be doing the same thing.
A big difference between how Plague and Shovel Knight have to go through this level is that Plague Knight actually can't use those rainbow statue things. Normally Shovel Knight will hit them and he'll move the platform forward and he'll get a little rainbow platform. But Plague can't do that, so he's just gotta fly.
Tolu actually did the safe version of the damage boost, and I don't blame him for doing that in a race. Good spike room by Oddbud. This is Polar Knight. He's gonna run around and shovel snow and get mad.
He's a relatively simple boss. Big hitbox, easy to hit.
Yeah. Downside is he makes those spikes, and if you fall on them, you die. But you can just kind of stay in the air, and it's no big deal.
Most of the time that you would be in a position to hit those spikes anyway, you've taken damage, so you'll be invincible from having taken damage.
Yeah. Tolu's struggling a little bit with him, but still not too bad of a fight. Now they're buying Max Magic, which is going to let them staff forever, basically.
10 hits, right?
Something like that. I actually don't know, I just pressed the button a lot.
Same. So Oddbot and Tinker Knight stage, pretty much universally easier than Flying Machine and Stranded Ship. But this is the last main stage of the run, and then we'll be in the tower for, you know, a fourth of the run.
Yeah, this stage is the main reason they picked up the Max Magic at this timing anyway, because they're going to be staffing Tinker Knight a lot.
Tinker Knight just gets absolutely destroyed by the staff.
Hold up. Did you just call him Stinker Knight? Okay. So this is my favorite strat in the game, like, bar none. They're going to be skipping this auto-scroller using damage boosts.
Yeah, that auto-scroller is not locked by the camera. It's more of an auto-scroller with riding that platform. So you don't have to stay with the platform.
And then to punish us for skipping one auto-scroller, they have to make us sit through another.
So yeah, this auto-scroller is relatively straightforward. If you make a mistake, you can pretty much always save yourself.
Yeah, there's like nothing dangerous, so the only scary part is yourself.
Yeah, these platform jumps are usually kind of tricky for Shovel Knight because he doesn't have multiple jumps or bursts or anything.
So that was Tinker Knight.
Just
Tinker 1
kidding.
is a hecking joke.
It's even more of a joke for Blue Man. Wait till you see that fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, as we said before, staff absolutely destroys Tinker.
Yeah, if you get bosses at the right timing, they just melt with the staff. You can also start damaging him before he even starts moving, which helps a lot in the fight. Yeah, good fight by both. So now they're going to be moving on to the Tower of Fate.
Yeah, just the tower is basically a fourth of the run. There's one main level, a kind of short level with a boss rush, and then the final boss level, which is just another boss rush, but of bosses you haven't seen before.
And Oddbot is a little bit ahead. It could very well come down to boss rush, who comes out on top.
So yeah, for those who don't know this run, Plague and Shovel both have to do 2 tower levels with a boss rush, but Spectre has no boss rush. He only has 1 tower level with a Black Knight fight.
Honestly, I'd rather have the boss rush. Black Knight 2 in Spectre Knight is a boss rush.
Alright, so here's the Crusher room, and this strat looks pretty scary, but it's actually not that hard. Oddbot is about to be skipping a huge, what would be a time waster if he did it the way that you're intended to do it.
Oh, that was scary. I don't like the way he does that. That's like not much time for... No room for mistakes with the way he does it.
For those who don't know anything about this game, if you are in between those crushers as they hit the wall or the floor, then you will die instantly. they did not make a problem for either runner, so that's good. So Oddbod coming up on Black Knight. He only has 1.5 health and 2 tonics, so this might go bad for him.
I don't know, that's about how much health I usually have when I fight him. It shouldn't be too bad. Ooh, got the teleport skip, nice.
Yeah, he grows wings in this fight because he can.
Oh no, he's on the left. I hope he can make it. Okay. If you end that fight on the left side of the screen, you have to walk all the way across.
Yeah, it's basically a cutscene of just walking.
Tolu also got the teleport skip. If you don't damage him the whole time, he can like teleport across the screen and throw like a bunch of projectiles at you, and it takes about 8 seconds for that portion of the fight to be over. So you really don't want to deal with that. Tolu also got a really good fight.
So this next level Tower 2 that Oddbod is in is...
This level's a mess.
Okay, we got the Mario Maker room, everyone's favorite room.
Does anybody actually like this level?
Hey, maybe that's why they removed the Inspector.
We can only hope. At least this auto scroller that's coming up is fun.
Oh yeah, especially a shovel digging up. It's pretty fun.
You just saw Oddbod take some damage. The reason is because he's going to be fighting Shovel Knight again, and once again we want 2 health or less going into that fight.
The health management is particularly tricky here because you need 2 health or less going into that fight, but he is always the last boss of the boss rush no matter what. So you have to make sure you manage how much damage you're taking and not heal during the boss rush. That actually sounds pretty crazy if you don't play this game, but you have to specifically avoid the chickens, which can actually be pretty hard.
Someone just said today on our Discord that the real boss rush is the chickens in the middle.
I believe because of Shovel Knight, that's the only time you would ever not want to have as much health as possible.
Yeah.
In this entire game.
So they're not doing it, but you can actually go through these blocks before they load, and it's a lot of fun. I highly recommend doing it.
Yeah, you can be stuck inside some dirt.
Here's the boss rush. The order is mostly random. You're gonna fight Polar Knight in the first 3 fights, and you're gonna fight Shovel Knight last. Other than that, the order's random.
Yeah, they made Polar Knight always in the first 3 because he has those insta-kill spikes, and they didn't want him to be last or second to last because that would be really annoying if he just died to insta-kill spikes when you were almost done.
Yeah, and you're gonna see them kill a lot of these bosses a lot faster because they now have access to the staff of striking. Oh, that was an odd choice. Oh wait, never mind. Polar's definitely next, so that's no big deal.
They both got Mole first. Mole and then Treasure and then Polar for both of them. That's gonna be
fascinating.
Is this rigged? Is that what's going on here? Is there a script?
Okay.
Is this like the Melee script?
That ain't Taco.
Yeah, that's no bird. It's just Weirdo in a mask. So Oddbod wants to take not much damage for the rest of the bosses, because he does have his health tonics, which can be a bit of a safety net, but if he does take any more damage, then Shovel Knight will be a pretty scary fight.
Okay, finally we're gonna see a difference in order. Oh no, don't grab the... Okay.
Tolu is at a bit of an advantage for this boss rush, because he does have Onyx as opposed to Oddbods too.
Yeah.
So he can be a little more lenient with how much damage he takes.
Yeah, Oddbot's gonna be trying to stun lock him in the corner here. You don't have the timeout hole like you did in Explodatorium, so it's a little bit harder.
Yeah, this stun lock can be really hard sometimes. Sometimes he just doesn't want to get in it.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
So Oddbot did have a really good boss rush. Depending on how Shovel Knight goes for Tolu, this could widen the gap.
Tolu needed to take one more damage.
This is not looking good.
Okay. Oh no, it's not looking good at all.
Okay, now he's got... Oh, no, he's out of the lock.
Wow. Sometimes Shovel Knight's a jerk, and we don't quite understand why.
Doing the staff bomb lock is so much harder on Shovel Knight than it is on Black Knight. I don't even know why. Shovel Knight just gets out of it way easier. That was almost scary.
This block room is actually not scary at all, because, like, you get sent so far when you take damage, you're just gonna hit the next platform.
That Shovel Knight fight was too close for comfort on Tolu's end. Jeez, that was so scary. If he hadn't hit that last bomb, I think he would have been dead. And that would have meant do the whole boss rush all over again.
You lose literally 3 minutes if you die to Shovel Knight.
At least. So, this is the Enchantress.
Oddbot's going for the quick strat.
That can be pretty risky to go under the stage like that. But Oddbot did have the Enchantress at low enough health to do it.
Yeah, if she has 8 hits or left, then it's safe to do it. I was just worried because there was like a 1 block wide hole, and it's really hard to get through that.
Oh yeah.
Coming up next is Plague of Shadows, the titular character of this game. It's almost the same Plague Knight fight from the Shovel Knight game.
The dirt blocks are infinite. Fun fact about this boss is that if you just stay still and don't touch your controller, you'll beat him instantly.
Yeah, it takes a little bit longer than fighting him, though.
Yeah, he'll just decide to give up, and then you'll win. And then you go on to fight Corrupted Essence. So this is Corrupted Essence. Really easy final boss. You can waste some time, but you're never gonna die to him. Oh? Oh no, Oddbot screens. It switched to Engage for a sec.
Well, he's probably dead now.
Yep, that's it.
Alright. So, Oddbot firmly taking the the game, and they're going to be switching over to Mumu Akai to be commentating the Shovel Knight race between Engage and was it Primeworks?
Yes.
Correct.
So Mumu and xCloud are going to be commentating the Blue Man race. So thanks for having us on.
Yep.
We hope you enjoyed the Plague race, and we hope you stick around for the rest of the relay because it's going to be great.
All right, I'm signing up.
All right. So Engage is already firmly starting off his shovel. Tolu is wrapping up the Corrupted Essence, the last boss there. And I'm being joined by my boy xCloud.
Hello, everyone! Why Tolu is going so slow? I'm waiting for Shovel Knight. Please!
So Shovel Knight, if you don't know, Shovel Knight's been out for a while, but some of you may have not yet played this game. He has the more true to old style controls here. Kind of jump and shoot, he just doesn't shoot. He's got his shovel blade. If you hold down while jumping, you can do a shovel drop, which is useful for pogoing. You can pogo off of enemies, dirt blocks. You can't pogo off of spikes. No lethal objects. It has a pretty set in place base speed.
Yeah, and so Tolu just finished playing nice, so we should see Primeworks coming on the stream pretty soon. A very even fight, actually, between Engage and Primeworks, technically. We'll see how it goes.
Engage is coming up on the bubble wrap. This is actually a zip. This is one of the few game breaky type of things that Shovel Knight has access to. It's barely possible. He's basically going to touch 2 loading zones at the same time while being off screen. Very nice. Oh, I even heard him swing again. So if you are swinging your shovel as you touch a screen transition, you get what's known as the gentle hop. The gentle hop is it's a strange technique. For some reason, it lets you get some extra height off your jumps. So he used that to try and get over the ledge immediately.
Yeah, and it works up to the mid part of your jump, so that's why it's doable in bubble wrap too. Nice Black Knight though.
Yep, very good. Very consistent unlock for Shovel Knight on Black Knight. Very fast.
Yeah, way easier than the one later in the run. Yeah, Primeworks having a hard time with those blocks, but it's fine. So I don't know if the streams are actually synced, but we are looking at like what, 30 seconds difference, maybe more. No, actually, yeah.
It looks like a little bit more than that right now.
Yeah. Hard to tell.
Yeah, I'm asking for the runners' confirmation on what their final times were. Meanwhile, Engage is in Pridemore Keep. So the level order is still a little set in stone here. It's going to be very similar to the one you just saw for Plague Knight. Oh, he tried to get the Gentle Hop again. Oh! Yeah, he tried to get the damage boost as a backup, but unfortunately he did not jump in time or space it correctly.
Oh, it's actually a minute and 30 seconds difference, so yeah, it's actually a lot more than I thought it would be.
Wow, what a great time by Oddbot. That was a 39.50.
Yeah, that's actually super fast.
I think that's a PB for him. Oh my god.
Let's check. Yeah, by 4 seconds.
Wow, what a beast.
What's funny is that he doesn't do that mistake at pretty much the 2/3 of the run. He would get wall recut. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, he did say he made a huge mistake in Stranded Ship. That's a shame.
It's really a shame.
So Engage is, and I believe both runners are doing Neitherless. That's the name of this category as opposed to Orb Route or Flare Wand. The Flare Wand and Chaos Orb are both great weapons, but they take so long to get. Going out of the way for them actually loses time.
Yeah.
However, playing without either of them is extremely difficult.
And it's pretty much confirmed that Engage will go Neverless, because if you get Flare Wand, which is the route he was using before, he would get it in the stage right now and didn't go to get it, so it's pretty much confirmed that they're gonna both go for Neverless now.
Yeah, the weapons can be found in the stages. They're a little cheaper if you do. You can also go back to the village and buy them. Ooh, Engage is actually going for quicker books.
Yeah.
Nice. So this is going to be a damage boost at the end of this room here as well.
I mean, he's the first one who... Actually, he's the one who made that. As far as I can remember.
It's a little scary. It's an extra damage boost. King Knight isn't super lethal. However, if you mess up and let King Knight get away from you, it can be problematic.
Yeah. It's what I like to call easy playthrough hard speed run.
Oh no! What a curse!
What did you have to say that?
Okay, it's still not a bad recovery.
I mean, I'm technically supposed to be doing commentary for the primary team, so it's good.
My poor boy.
Let's go, Prorix. Come do it.
All right,
you have to do it because Tolu, well...
About now would be when runners would go and get the Chaos Orb, which we know Engage is not going to get it. But yeah, you would stop in the village. It's a little more expensive to buy your weapons there. He's not going to spend that minute long going and getting it.
Well, minus for Chaos Sphere because you can't actually get it in the stage. So
yeah, that's part of why it's so terrible. Unfortunately,
it's super expensive too.
Oh, but I love it. It's so fun.
Oh, it's super strong.
Now, without having to buy the weapon, money is pretty lax for both of them. They're really not going to have any difficulty getting the amount of money that they need for Dust Knuckles, the mobile gear, the propeller dagger, and 2 armor / upgrades, the charge / and the conjurer's coat. And that was an intentional damage boost off the frog. You have to actually take damage so you can walk into its sprite, then wake it up with a slash and then jump and pogo off of it. That frog boost is pretty difficult.
Nice kill by Promix. Missed a hit, but other than that, that was pretty much flawless.
Yeah, I'm watching his attempt on the replay. Very good. Yeah, he did just miss 1 hit somewhere.
Yeah. In the drum slashes, I think. The explanation, I can't see why.
So Engage is in the same room that gave Oddbot and Tolu a little bit of trouble. This room is a little subjective to the frog's jumps. Oh man. Well, I guess that wasn't too bad.
But he got a good reaction to it because it was actually pretty bad.
The frog jumping down on the other platforms lowered does suck, but it didn't actually waste that much time.
No, it didn't.
So just to put into perspective these runners' times, I'm looking at the leaderboard right now. Primorix is a 43.50 and Engage has a 44.15. They're about 25 seconds apart. Really, really close.
Yeah.
So this last dark room can be a little scary. Most runners opt to do a damage boost just so they don't have to worry about frog RNG. Ooh, this is a very scary room to like not stop holding right for. Engage really showing his confidence.
Yeah, to do the small Pomerus thing, like Engage from a Oracle holder, from his current third fastest, so...
Engage just gentle hopped into the...
Yeah, you can totally do that. Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't save time, but...
Not a whole lot.
Because if you actually try to attack like too early, he's gonna bounce back from the right side to the left side, which you don't want to happen. Because if you push Spectre Knight on the right side at the beginning, he's gonna teleport at the bottom left, which is what you want.
Yeah, Spectre has to travel a set distance before he begins his set of attacks, and if you don't do the fight properly, then he's just going to be dancing across the top of the screen.
Yeah. And yeah, the second pattern is RNG, depending... You don't know if he's gonna be bottom left or bottom right. Obviously, you hope bottom left, but yeah. Which happened there. Hopefully it's gonna happen too for Primorix.
Primorix did grab the safety checkpoint. I do approve of that.
Yeah.
This is, I want to see, healthy race strats here. Now...
I'm pretty sure if you do it properly, you don't even lose time.
Oh, so close. Engage, unfortunately, missed out on one. Oh, he's not even gonna catch her. So
pinky grab
in the in the dream sequences, your goal is to try and catch Shield Knight, but to actually get her to fall immediately, you have to try and get Shovel Knight knocked out as soon as possible. So you try and damage boost off of the the Skelebros, as they raise their swords, they'll do a full heart of damage.
Mm.
However, he took body contact from one of them, which unfortunately only gave him half a heart of damage.
Oh, they
Ooh,
both got
nice.
good RNG. That's good.
Yeah, one of Spectre's things is that Spectre can end up on the other corner, which wastes a lot of time. Something else to note about that fight is that you probably saw them sitting in the corner there. Yes, you can take damage if you go and hug a boss. However, if you're dealing damage to any enemy in this game, you can temporarily enter their sprite hitbox and it won't do damage to you.
Yeah, the only exception being Black Knight. Ooh!
Oh no!
That's
Oh
no! Ooh! Well,
So-
that thing can happen, yeah.
Money should still not be. Oh, he's really gonna exit. I really
Yeah, I
don't
think it's
think
gonna
money's gonna
be-
be an issue. That's fine though. So exiting the stage will give you back all of your money. Obviously, you have to exit the map and then return. That's a huge time loss for him. He was trying to do Beal Skip 1, which is very. It can be dangerous. It can be notorious. He unfortunately didn't knock out the right dirt blocks, so he couldn't get to the top area where the slimes are. Now, as far as money goes, he needs 3,000 by the time he gets the Knuckles. Money can be a little tight. I think he could have recovered that money. However, it's up to him on how comfortable he feels. There's certainly no wrong in going back and entering the stage again.
There
He
we
does
go,
have to be
that's
quick. Ooh, I hope he goes for the backup, Steve. Ooh!
He has to save and quit again. Well,
Oh,
he doesn't
man.
have to, but it makes the run safer if he save and quit. Yeah, there we go. That's better.
That's a huge setback again.
Yeah. Now
Let's see
Prometheus
if Primorix can get it.
Prometheus can be shaky sometime on it. We'll see.
Yeah, you have to be very fluid as you move. Like right now, Primorix looks like he's a little behind Steve. Okay, he did make it.
You actually have to be slow. I'll explain why. Because you will be ahead of Steve if you do a flawless movement.
Yeah,
You
everyone
have to lose a bit of time. Like,
everyone
you
has
lose
some type of
two
way
votes.
of slowing themselves down.
Yeah. And usually it's by doing two jumps that are too big, so that way you slow down on the ground and
Just like
Oh,
that, Primorix has a huge lead now. Okay, Engage finally made it through. Good
There we
stuff. Doing damage boost off the Ogre's fireballs. Primorix is dealing with this cursed room.
yeah. Well, it's not that bad, but RNG can screw you a bit of
You
time.
have
but
to be a little wary. Those bricks explode, and that means that
Oh,
you
you
can't
don't-
pogo, otherwise you're going to completely remove the terrain you're trying to walk on.
technically, if slimes are very kind with you, you can. You can pogo all the way to the left, but it's super risky and you need super good RNG for it.
Yeah, not too long ago, Engage actually did a swag pogo off of one of the slimes.
yeah,
Okay, damage
Yeah,
boost
Engage-
is what we usually see.
yeah, and that's usually the best way to do it.
So now Primorix has the Knuckles. And Knuckles all day.
Oh, nice. Got both the block and the slime at the same time, so
Beautiful.
save a bit of time.
Engage breaking the 500 checkpoint. I don't believe they're gonna need that much money, but I believe you do need to break at least one. Yo, damage boosting just to take out those slimes a little more quickly.
And I mean, if I had to break a checkpoint by doing Neverless, I would break the one before Mole Knight just for safety purpose.
Yeah, I think so. However, these... Oof. Yeah, that's Beetle too. Primorix did just nail it. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
I was
Just
more afraid
like-
of what Engage did just now.
Jesus, he's going for all the frames. Just knuckling
Yeah.
the Red Duck Knight.
Yeah, because the last I have actually sorry about that because it happened to me in the tournament of Shovel Knight. Is that if you dust knuckle too far to the right, you actually move forward like the dust knuckle should do, but the slime doesn't move, so you just die in the ladder.
Great. Ooh, and he even knuckled the checkpoint
Yeah,
just so he could get
that's
to the dirt
that's a
blocks
really
faster.
nice trick.
Nice. Primorix already taking out Mole Knight.
Yeah, it's a fairly easy fight actually, to be honest.
It
You
is.
know-
I used to run Orb Route all the time, so watching them do it basically just low percent is still really impressive.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying it's an easy find because I'm a low percent runner, so I guess, yeah. My bad, I'm not up for the commentary of any, but no, I guess I'll stay. Yeah, maybe.
It's all good, bro. Meanwhile, in the Iron Whale. Okay, so yeah, this might be a little bit of a divergence. They might both go to Iron Whale. I have no idea right now what Engage does.
No, Engage does Plague with Conscious Code, so yeah, he's gonna go. Oh, not!
Oh, there we go!
I don't know.
Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. This is where a little divergence can happen. Basically, they're going to be more comfortable with Explodatorium with Conjurer's Coat, or Iron Whale with Conjurer's Coat. Now, Conjurer's Coat is an armor they're going to get after this stage that increases the damage they take by 1/2.
Yeah.
So a lot of things can be extremely deadly. However, it does give you 50 more magic, I believe.
Yeah.
So 50 more magic at the trade-off of taking a little more damage, which is a really good trade-off.
Yeah.
Let's see if Primorix gets this. Ooh, nice! Okay, he does do the damage boost.
That's super hard.
Yeah, it's a little precise there. You can buffer it off the transition, but even so, like, it's easy to mess up.
If you buffer too early, actually, it's not good either. You have to be fairly precise. Ooh.
So, Engage here, doing pretty good on pot cycles here with Explodatorium. Yo, knuckling for some more frames.
Yeah, he's on point with the Dustknuckle frame, though.
Now, Primorix is going to have to fight the 420 fish with just a Dust Knuckle. It's a little bit slow. What is Engage doing? Oh my god!
There is someone that came up with that not long ago. I think it's Engage, actually.
Dude, and Primorix killing it with that fight.
Yeah. Where you can Dust Knuckle through the room with the breakable ground all the way through. It's super hard. It's a bit RNG due to the slimes, but it works. So.
Yo, and Engage got a pretty good fight there. He didn't get lucky with potion drops. A red potion is reflectable to do damage on the Alchemister.
Yeah, and if you are lucky, you get 2 of them, so... He didn't get a single one, so yeah. Yeah, I wanted to talk about the fact that they both... there is also where there is the... How they...
Oh, no fairy skip.
Yeah, well, I guess that's fine. Well, he's gonna get it... Oh, no, I thought he was gonna go for the backup.
Okay, so Primar's going for Anchor Skip. No. That's fine. Backing out of that is completely fine.
There is a chance where he can get stuck on an Anchor, and that's a glitch. It's not actually him doing bad stuff, it can happen.
Ooh. So Engage didn't get Ice Climbers the first time, however, and Ice Climbers is where you bounce off of the fake Shovel Knights to make it up there. He did get the backup, and he even got the faster backup.
Yeah, that's not...
Oh, Jesus, that was scary. Okay, so
do that.
low percent Treasure Knight with Primorix here. This is actually kind of difficult. You have to time your shovel swings so that you can stay within Treasure Knight's hitbox and not be damaged by him. Oh no! Don't get mugged.
No, he knows his stuff. Nice.
Engage trying to reflect as many potions on Plague Knight.
The Plague Knight loops and fight is a nightmare when Plague Knight wants it to be.
Just 3 more hits.
Nice. That's actually a good fight.
Good stuff on both.
Being useful.
So, why did they do this? Well, now they get to go and pick up their armor and then do the other stage completely upgraded. So Primorix apparently believes that Charge Slash and extra mana is really going to help him out in Explodatorium. That's terrifying. He's going to be taking a lot of extra damage. Pot leads to a 1.5. There's a lot of hazards that do a full heart. And Engage is going to be doing something a little more traditional. People who ran Orb and Flare, they are already used to using the coat and the Charge Slash in Iron Whale. That makes it a lot easier to fight the 420 fish, and you have plenty of mana to use Dust Knuckles for all kinds of frame saves.
Yeah. You have... it's like it's more a philosophy thing more than actually one route being faster than the other, I guess.
They're very, very similar.
Yeah. Explorator might be a bit faster just due to the fact that you can fight Plague with a way stronger weaponry, but yeah, I don't know.
If I remember correctly, Applesauce told me that it's about a 2 to 3 second potential faster fight, just because you can really, really throw in some damage on Plague Knight.
Yeah, that's potential save time because RNG can still screw you. because it's Plague Knight. Where getting Child Slash and a lot of mana for oh god, nice. Hey, can't speak anymore. You got the double dust knuckle on that checkpoint. There we go. See, I wanted to say that for Exploitem, you hope that Plague Knight is gonna give you good RNG for Child Slash to get that optimal 2 to 3 second save time. But the advantage of having Conjurer's Code and Child Slash in Iron Will is that you have that strat, for example, you don't have the damage boost, and also it makes 420 Fish way more consistent, by a big margin.
Yeah, 420 Fish has 12 health. You need to do well, Charge Slashes make it much easier. Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, knuckling that tentacle there. Thanks for the heart attack, Engage. Any lower, and he would have just landed on the spikes.
He's the only one doing that, to my knowledge.
Good fight on Primorix's end. You really,
very unlucky.
It's really hard to one cycle the Alchemeister without some type of projectile weapon.
Yeah. Oh. Well. Didn't get the manipulation on the Ice Cameras too. That's unfortunate.
However, Primorix did get the ladder skip with the fairy.
Yep. So that's a good thing. It's actually gonna be. I think Engage got some time back if he doesn't screw anything else.
We'll see. I don't blame Primorix for healing there either. Plenty of mana, so you can cut off a little of the time lost by knuckling back. Ooh, went for
superb reaction by
Oh my god. Good
that was
stuff.
superb reaction because he was not high enough. He was played not high enough.
Nice, and he did get the second Actor skip.
Yeah. Great stuff by Engage there. Damn.
Uh-oh. Primorix battling it out right now with Plague Knight.
Not having good luck there. And, there we go. Ooh.
Oh man, Engage does have some really sick knuckle strats. I hope that he does his knuckle strat on Treasure.
Oh yeah,
right
there's a
now.
knuckle strat at the end. Yeah, that's true. Oh.
Yep, he knuckles the anchor for one. Oh no, one hit. Oh, please don't die.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Treasure does so much damage. Even at full health, he'll knock you out so quick.
There is a reason why I call him the scariest fight of low percent. There's a very great reason, and with that armor, you can expect it to be even more dangerous. Oh, nice shot though. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oof.
That's fine.
Come on.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's got it. Okay.
There we go. That was a great fight.
Primorix in Dream 2 already out of there. Did he? Oh man, I'm watching it right now on the replay. See if he got the Speed Frog.
I didn't pay attention actually.
Looks like it. Yep, you got it.
Nice.
Yep. I barely missed it there, but yeah, he definitely got the Speed Frog.
Technically, you can say that it's technically a game-breaking thing too, because you wake up way too early compared to the cutscene.
So by dying up in the air and catching Shield Knight while being damaged to the left, you catch Shield Knight. You continue moving even though Shovel Knight is asleep. It's really fast just for catching her at the top of the screen, but it's also faster because you just slide out for whatever goofy reason.
It's actually a huge time save. It's like
nice.
What, 3 seconds, something like that?
Yeah, Engage got it as well.
There you go.
There is another Speed Frog catch on Dream 3 that's kind of nuts. Not many people get it.
It's super hard.
So Primorix making his way through Flying Machine. This is where the game is really going to be super scary for both of them. They're never going to get any more health than what they have right now. So breathe it in. This is it. They're risking life all the time. The projectile-less kill on Dinghy Dropper. Pretty cool. 1, 2, 3. Nice. He got it.
Oh.
Ooh, unfortunate.
I know what he went for. He went for the Engage there. You can do a pogo where you actually land directly. There you go.
Jesus. Really? Why?
Because it's there.
Because it's faster.
I'm pretty sure it's actually pixel perfect. I'm pretty sure of it.
Can you please go for some race strats, my dude? Please.
Engage? No.
I would
Engage
wager
is the
that.
kind of guy that has a philosophy to go for everything, whatever the case is. So,
No!
well,
Please don't die.
and you know what?
Congrats.
Well, both sides actually having were like bad Jawas, insane bad Jawas. Yeah, they got.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, he's
Thank
gonna
you
get a
for
checkpoint.
picking up the checkpoint, dude.
And the health. Say, if you didn't know, you have health beyond the checkpoint just in case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has more than enough money. You need 4K to pick up the propeller dagger.
They don't have to. Technically, they don't have to worry about money anymore because the next item they will get is mobile gear, which is 3,000. And oh, what a surprise! Propeller gives you 4,000 money, 4,000 gold anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard. Unless if you die a bunch, which I really hope doesn't happen to either of them.
Yeah, you actually have a lot of money backup in Clockwork Tower anyway, so... Not a single one of them went for the Dustknocker strat, I'm sad. I'm jellyfish. Damage boost all day. Damn. Oh, I got super.
Gage getting stuck by the Jawa there. This triple Jawa room is an absolute nightmare. He did get the wind boost upwards, but once the cannons are off cycle, it's really hard to make it through that room.
Yeah.
Primorix on its way to propeller now.
Will probably go for his new strat on proper, I wonder.
I would stick with the tried and true low percent style.
Because he implemented charge slashes in his new strat, so let's see.
No, he's going with the classic.
Oh,
no! Messed
well, he
up.
should have go for his strat. There, yeah.
Hey, he's your teammate, apparently.
Oh, really? Damn. Well, too late, I guess.
Oh no! Engage just randomly daggered the checkpoint. I think he forgot he wasn't on Knuckles. Ooh!
I hate that room for that.
God!
If the rat goes too much to the left, you can't go in the small gap you have.
Yeah, you get
and
stuck
you
up
end
there.
up flying super high next to the spikes. If you hit right a bit, you're dead.
Nice. He did get the one cycle win room. Primorix entering Clockwork Tower. Mana starts to get really tight in this stage. You can actually. So here's how mana works at this point. You get RNG drops of big or small. Mostly you get small from enemies. Like Conjurer Code guarantees that. However, if you get a big magic, it means you get to use more Propeller Dagger. And since Propeller Dagger is so fast, how much time does it save per use? I think it was like, I think it was something like a second per use.
I think it's 0.8 per use.
Okay, pretty close.
Yeah.
So the more you have, the better.
Oh, sure.
Good kill on Engage's side for Propeller Knight.
Yeah. Not like Primorix. That's massive. Why am I... Why? My team, why? Because I want him to win.
Well, he's got plenty of a lead right now, I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Making way for the mobile gear. Now, this is a pretty affordable relic. If you don't die, you don't screw up. And this is very, very useful. Apart from some platforming uses, it one-shots Tinker, so it immediately makes up for any time lost getting it. Especially because you have to fight Tinker twice.
What's funny is that I think that the scariest room of that stage is actually the mobile gear room, by far.
Ooh, yeah! Mm-hmm. You can easily find a pit. There's many of them.
If, like, you're too late by a pixel with your flying dagger, you're gonna die in that room. That's guaranteed.
Now, Knuckle grants a little bit of invincibility when you use it, so sometimes the runners will actually get to Knuckle their way through blocks while enemies try to attack them. That was a little low. Okay, he is getting the checkpoint.
Yeah. You don't lose that much time to get, to be honest.
Primorix already managed to get past the pseudo auto-scroller.
Yeah.
Mobile gear does make that pretty free.
Why I don't have that in 0%, I wonder. Oh wait.
Because you like a challenge. You can do a skip, can't you? Damage boost across that whole pit.
Yeah, I know. I'm the one that came up with it. I'm not even using it, so thank you. Yeah, I know.
Primorix almost got trapped there by those sign daggers. Sign daggers are completely random on how they start.
Yeah.
Their movement pattern is the same, but you can actually attempt to climb the ladder and then just not have a safe way to do so.
Yeah, thank God in 80% it don't matter that much. Not that much, because if you are very, very unlucky, it can. But normally it should not.
I see Sex Rex in the chat. Yo, Team Tolu. I can't even be mad at that.
I mean,
That's
I
his
am
boy.
very... So,
Primorix coming up
Ooh,
on
engage,
Tinker
please.
Knight. Ooh. Yeah, he has a heart and a half. That's super scary.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank God Tinker's dead. Oh my God, the floor broke.
Wait, you're telling me there's more?
I think we need to submit a new bug to YCG. There's a giant robot that's trying to attack Primorix. Wait, who let
Is he in the-
Smoggy in the game? I thought Smoggy couldn't make it.
Well, Smoggy?
A very good kill though on Tinker 2. Good stuff, Primorix.
Yeah.
There's a lot of variations. It's almost a chance for like style at that point.
Yeah, yeah. Most all the fight, the way you fight him is like pretty much the same time. Maybe by 0.2, 0.3 seconds. So yeah.
Unless if you're going for Speed Frog strat, which is
Yeah.
pretty dang dumb.
Yeah, yeah. It's like involves charge slashes and an attack and another charge slashes, a jump, and then the 2 dust knuckles.
So Primorix entering the stranded ship. This stage is very tight on mana. Although Tinker's Tower did have some leeway, in this stage they're actually praying for big magic drops because there's plenty of opportunities to be dashing around with the dagger. In fact, they're almost always going to want to make sure they're at 50 mana or less. There's a couple of gimme giant magic pickups.
Like there, for example.
And then there's
Yeah,
a couple of chances for them to get bigger drops from enemies.
Yeah, probably got hit in the previous room because he does knuckle the wrong block actually.
And down. Nice fight from Engage.
Ooh, when did the charge slash strat for probably there on the dragon?
Primorix missed a dagger. He missed timed one and bonked into the wall. Missing daggers is just really, really punishing. It's going to cost you a lot of time one by one. You no longer have the mana for it, and you basically got stuck somewhere instead.
Yeah, and you don't want to be like, oh, I'm gonna use another one because I wasted that one. No, you don't want. You just walk. You continue.
If you can't get some of these things, you need to save your mana for the big... Ooh, nice big boy strat right there. Dropping down to knuckle the the lower snow brick there that he just went through actually has a mana drop. Man, they're definitely doing all kinds of new stuff that I'm not used to seeing. Swinging the bird barf ship.
Yeah.
Later on, they're actually going to be doing a different strat that involves being in front of it.
Yeah. You see the 2 dragons there flying? You can actually dust knuckle them through the room, and you can do that.
No!
It's useless. It doesn't save time, but it's fun.
I feel like artifacts. This last room that Primorix is about to go through, you can either use the gear for a nice safe ride, or you can do this strat, which is a little difficult. It does take some getting used to, but it's certainly executable after a certain point. It's just not beginner friendly. Your relic swapping needs to be very tight.
Okay, Engage didn't go for the optimal mana.
Primorix going for the gear kill here on Polar Knight.
Yeah, it's kinda you kind of have to since you don't have anything else.
Ooh, nice knuckle finish!
Yeah, I guess he was afraid to get killed by the spikes, so he was like, alright, let's go for it.
You have to do so much damage boosting on Polar, and with limited health, like the illusion of having more health because your armor just does more damage to you. You do have to pick and choose your moments to damage boost.
What about
Engage? Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Engage, good mana use. He's down to he was down to 1 mana before he picked up that big pot. Don't tell me he is an up and attack person. Why didn't he knuckle? Unless if he's saving his mana? That's another reason. So, something in the community that we like to harp people on is using up and attack for relic. Ooh, he did get it! Nice! Good job, Primorix.
Yeah.
The Speed Frog 3 cats. That one's ridiculous.
He has been working on it, so yeah.
Ooh, we did get some of the knuckles.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, come on, engage.
He's fine.
Okay.
That's unfortunate. And now, Tower 1.
I would wager they're on about a 40, 50 second difference right now.
Yeah, maybe a minute actually, depending on Engage getting the next trick or not.
Ah, yes, using the gear on the right side. That's okay too.
I like something I like to do personally is to kill the rat with the gear and do it on the left side.
I do it on the left side too. I just don't. I kill the rat first.
Yeah, you can actually jump and kill the rat with the gear, so it positions it at the same time. I like doing that. I don't know which thread is the fastest actually. I think nobody tried to time that, so I don't know. I have no clue.
I should start getting ready here. They're almost done with this campaign.
I mean, you have some job, some work to do. Unless primary screws at the end, but probably not. I don't hope. I'm supposed to be for his team, so yeah.
Just doing a quick check on where they are right now.
Well, this should be like a 10 seconds difference, so yeah.
Yeah, I still got a little bit to go here.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Primorix is about halfway through Tower 1.
It's a great stage to do, like, if you want to practice everything, do that stage.
Yeah, it's actually really, really fun. There's so much that you have to know how to do to be optimal in this level. And it's good mana consumption again.
And it's true for every single category.
You're knuckling through enemies, like, it's... For every character, there's almost like a little bit of that as well.
Yeah, for every character, that's true too.
Crusher Cycles, they just combine so much in this stage.
Yeah.
Primorix going now up against Black Knight. Technically Black Knight 3. We skipped Black Knight 2 by being fast at this game. So we'll see how Primorix handles.
Well,
hopefully gets the unlock.
They saw him in Plague Knight, that's plenty enough.
Yeah.
That's why it's actually pretty hard to do.
This is a pretty tight lock. If he goes for anything else, I'd be calling him insane. Oh, he did let him get out at the very end.
That's
He's only got a couple health left.
Yeah. He maybe lost frames at that point, to be honest.
I think it's like a 2 or 3 frame window to keep Black Knight stunned, as opposed to the first fight, which is basically free by comparison.
We actually don't know how tight it is, but the theory is that it's frame perfect, but you have a 2 to 3 frame window to do it. That's the theory behind it. We're not sure. It's just like... Maybe with the guy doing the task with Plague Knight, maybe we will know about it, but so far we don't know. So it's just theory. But it's hard. It's legit hard. It's like a rhythm game. You need to learn the rhythm, and once you know it, you get it every time. But yeah. It's a hard learning process. And let's see if he's gonna get it for Black Knight. In the meantime, Primorix going through Tower 2. Oh, he went for my strat, but he didn't get it. Well.
Oh, don't tell me. No.
Yeah.
Why? He went for the gear strat.
Yeah, he went for the gear strat.
He literally went for everything here. I can't really hate him for this, but...
Can I say it's my bad for the gear strat? Yeah, it's my bad, I guess.
Why you do this to me?
I don't know. I mean, why do you create these strats?
Primorix, please don't die to Ladder Knight. Thank God.
No, you should hope that he dies to Ladder Knight.
I don't wish this fate on anyone. I mean, it is a really big difference right now.
You're
gonna have to work really hard.
You know.
Yo, love, peace, and
it's your opponent. You know. It's war. It's war. Like you. I mean, come on.
Nah, that's not my style.
I mean, you're playing death afterwards.
Oh,
literally death.
I mean, if I'm gonna be dead for that long, I might as well not be so cranky about everything else.
Yeah. Well, if you want to be nicer, you're gonna be spooky, but... I mean...
So, Engage making his way through the Mario Maker room soon. We call this the Mario Maker room. Yeah. It's the Mario Maker room. There's literally just a million enemies in a small room. It's the Mario Maker room.
Yeah. Especially that block room with all the slimes.
Healing with some wall chicken. Good stuff.
So yeah, if you didn't know, the Charge Slash has actually a very small hitbox in the back of Shovel Knight, so that's why it works on the Puke Rainbow Fountain. I don't know. It has a name, but I never remember it, so yeah. And oh, starting the boss rush with Spectre. What a surprise! Ooh, well, there's a Charge Slash there. Have to wait a bit. That's fine though. In the meantime, Mumu's preparing mentally for his fight against the clock with Spectre Knight. It's gonna be a spooky time for sure. But for now, it's a spooky time for Primarch because the boss rush.
Yeah, I'm just making sure I keep an eye on things.
Yeah.
Engage. One of the things that you can do in Shovel Knight, especially in the auto-scroller segment, is that if you manage to get above a stone block or a dirt block before it's visible on the screen,
True.
you are technically allowed to enter the hitbox of that, so you can basically get through without breaking these dirt blocks, like he's doing so right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty safe.
Technically, it's not even appearing on screen, it's appearing behind the HUD. Because the screen is actually behind the HUD too. Which is kind of weird, but yeah. So your happy is behind the HUD, so that's why you can see very weird things sometimes. Oh, well, King versus King and King, okay. Not at the same time, but at the same time as not really, I don't know. Ooh, nice kill. Ooh, the deer.
Now, between every fight, they will get a bit of food, and every other dinner plate, they'll get a big magic drop. So they do have to be slightly conservative about how they use their magic. Specifically, you want to use more of your magic on Tinker. You'll need plenty of it. I'm not sure of how many hits they can get on Mole Knight. It's definitely useful for keeping up with Leg Knight.
So yeah, there's 2 gears for Mole Knight, there is 1 gear for Spectre, there is 1 gear for Polar. You want to keep Flying Daggers for Plague Knight if it gives you bad RNG. You want to keep 38 mana for Tinker, if I remember correctly.
I think it's 36, but still.
36 or 38, yeah, something like that. The only fight you don't want to keep mana for is Poplar, basically. And Treasure Knight to an extent.
So Engage losing a bit of that stun lock because he got hit there, but he did manage to finish off Spectre pretty quickly.
The exact same fight Primarch got, so...
Primarch is on his last night, couple hits left, so we'll really get to see about how much further they have between each other.
Yeah, that looks like a minute difference.
Yeah, Engage still has about half the roster to fight.
Yeah.
And Primorix has plenty of mana to dagger out. So he should be done pretty soon. He has the last stage, which is 2 more boss fights, 1 Zelda room, and 1 invisible track through a dark hallway. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and get ready.
Well, that was fast.
And this is McPeanuts now, filling in for me while I get ready. Thank you so much.
Alright, good luck, Momo.
Thank you.
So it looks like Shovel Knight's still going on for a bit?
Yeah, they're still on the boss. Well, Engage is finishing up the boss rush. Primarch is on his way to the Enchantress, which is not a very easy fight, so we'll see how it goes there, but yeah. And yeah, Engage finishing up with Mole Knight, and I think they have a minute difference, which is pretty much the same difference we had before. No, actually 1 minute and 30 seconds, but it was the opposite side. Engage had a 1 minute and 30 seconds lead at the beginning of Shovel Knight, and apparently now Primarch will have somewhat around a minute advantage, maybe more. So we'll see how things goes. Let's see how Primarch's fight will go for Enchantress. So far, it's pretty good. Oh, he missed a hit. That's unfortunate. But Enchantress kindly came back to him for a last charge flash.
Yeah, nice dives.
Yeah, those dives are super RNG, by the way. You can't really control them. So if you want to kill her before she dives optimally, but it's kind of hard actually.
Yeah, I mean, just to have the maximum amount of control over the situation. Otherwise, maybe you get good dives, maybe you don't.
Yeah, and I didn't see where she now went. Left or right side?
I believe she's started on the right.
Oh, but yeah. Oh, that's fine actually. I forgot he was using those knuckle straps.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice. So apparently, saying it's a 44-11. So that's a really good time.
Yeah, nicely done.
In the leaderboard, where it is actually in the leaderboard, it's 5th time.
Wow. So if you submitted that right now, really impressive for a race.
Yeah, his time being a 43.50, so it's only 21 seconds behind. Oh, prior Engage, no.
Oh no.
No, Engage, you need to learn a bit of Lopusum to go for that. You need to do that. Well, that's gonna be
hitting around the dives and then just tried to jump down there and missed his dagger, I guess.
Yeah. So we should see Tolu appearing on the right side of the screen pretty soon. Thank you, Engage. I was gonna say no, don't do it again.
Yeah, way better fight that time.
Yeah,
Tulu's starting up Spectre Knight on
there we go, we see him now.
We see a single frame.
Yeah, well, I mean...
It's a good frame. Where's the... Oh, there it goes. Okay, cool. Alright. Yeah, I guess I'll wait till Shovel Knight is over before giving Spectre our full attention.
Yeah, I think you can start explaining the basics of Spectre.
Alright, sure. So, if you've been watching this whole time, this character works a little differently than the last two. First of all, if you get close enough to any enemy or anything that's attackable, a diagonal line will appear on the screen. If you press the attack button while jumping at that point, you will automatically dash and strike at the same time towards it, which ends up being your primary form of attack and also your primary form of mobility. So we'll be doing that a lot throughout the run up until we get some upgrades that make it useless. You also have the ability to climb on walls, which is kind of sticky. You tend to just he just automatically starts running up the wall as you once you touch it. So it can be a little difficult to control, but that combined with the dash slash is how he gets up a bunch of platforms.
Yeah. So Promise time was 44.11, Engage time was 47.26, but you have to remember that Engage had a 1 minute and 30 seconds lead before the run starts. So let me do the count. So it's 3 minutes 15. So technically Tolu has a 1 minute and 45 seconds lead on Mumu right now.
Yeah.
So
pretty
Mumu
much
has a lot of work to do.
He has a lot of work to do, but he can do it. I mean,
oh yeah,
Mumu is the world record holder in this category, and not for nothing.
Yeah.
So Tulu getting up to the first boss of this stage. This boss is pretty simple as long as you don't make a mistake. If you make 0 mistakes, the whole fight looks like this. You just lock him in this one corner forever. I guess it's kind of similar to the Shovel Knight fight, but it's much, much easier to execute. Ooh. Whoops, you made a single mistake, you fool.
That's actually a huge mistake there.
Yeah, it's not only that he missed the hit, but also the turtle is all the way on the left side of the screen. He's going to have to wait for it to walk all the way to the right side of the screen and break the wall, so that actually wastes additional time.
I could see the turtle coming into the chat and saying, I have a name, damn it! It's called Terrapine!
No, he's a turtle.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I don't like that that turtle enough to acknowledge him by his name. He's a big jerk. So anyways, in Spectre Knight, the way you get relics, which in this game are called curios, you have to turn in skulls to one of the NPCs. And there are, I believe, 10 skulls per stage hidden in various places. So we got 6 in planes. Mumu will also be, has 6. Okay, perfect. And Tulu is going to want to have 13 of them by the end of Flying Machine in order to buy some important things later in the game.
Yeah. Mainly Judgment Rush, which is also the reason why he does Flying Machine now, because Flying Machine unlocks Judgment Rush.
Oh yeah, that I also forgot to mention. Which items are available to buy depends on which stages you've beaten.
Yeah.
Is the primary reason we do Flying Machine. There's a few reasons we do Flying Machine, but honestly, if not for that, we wouldn't bother, right? Judgment Rush is too broken.
Yeah, I mean, Flying Machine is like... It's like... developers are like, what if we did a stage that would be super strong for speedrunner? Has a lot of skills, easy to get, a ton of money, and like a huge checkpoint in an auto-scorer, so yeah. And the most broken movement tech of the game. Yeah, let's put that into one stage. Which is
also,
basically Flying Machine.
There is something to be said for getting Triple Jawa Room done like very early in the run and not like half an hour into it.
RNG?
Yeah, there is a Triple Jawa Room in this game as well. It's a little different than in
I think it's
Shovel
worse
or
than
Plague.
in Shovel and Plague.
You think it's worse?
Yeah, I think it's worse.
It's pretty bad. It's not great.
I've run all 3 characters, and I think it's worse in Inspector, by far.
Alright, that's fair.
Not because I think it's less risky, even though maybe not. It's just my point of view. But I think you are more inclined to lose time in Spectre than in any other 2 characters.
Yeah, that's fair. I also think Triple Java Room in this game is harder to recover from.
Yeah, because of the platform,
certainly
more
for
than the
Plague.
characters.
And Plague has a lot of room for error if you can get a really clutch burst.
Yeah.
But Spectre, especially if like you die at the far right of the room, there's no getting money back, and you've already broken all these checkpoints too. Need all that money.
Like, it's Spectre Knight is probably the least safe run of the 3 at the beginning.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that you break 3 checkpoints.
Alright, well we've been hyping it up. Here it is. Tulu coming up on Triple Jawa.
Ooh, well, that's actually a good room. Very nice.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
really good to jump over the last one and then dash him the other way, because there is a bit of recoil to the dashing strike, so you just use that to exit the room quickly.
And it has a very weird interaction with the wind too, that the Jawa does. So, yeah, usually can go very wrong. Didn't go super well for Tulu actually. So yeah.
Alright, so coming up on Propeller Fight. This fight starts similar and then gets weird. So while it's similar, we want to get 10 hits, and we do. Nicely done.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the part that's a little different. But, I mean, this part of the fight, you kind of just go ham on him. Getting those 10 hits at the very beginning is the...
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, go...
Yeah,
I was just gonna say... Okay, okay, for real, go ahead. I'm committing.
Okay. So, this is actually 2 philosophy of that fight, where Tulu actually waited him to attack a third time, where Momoa will actually attack him right away. There is 2 philosophy, and the reason for that is that if you wait for him to do a third swing of attacks, he's gonna do his proper attack on the ground, and if you don't wait for it, he's not gonna do it. So it's like 2 philosophy with pretty much the same time difference. So yeah, just at the same time save. So now go ahead.
Oh, okay. Alright, so now that Tulu is back in the hub world, he bought the Judgment Rush, which is the most useful movement ability that you can get, so super critical for the speedrun. And he also changed his armor, so the armor now gives him the ability to ride on the scythe like it's a skateboard, and he picked the wrong stage. So, oops.
It's not Skeletor route, dude!
Let's give that another shot. That was the route at one point in time.
Yeah.
We would go to Lichard next. I think muscle memory just took over there. Let's try that again.
There we go. That is the good.
All right. So yeah, again, the reason we do this stage is the same reason we do Flying Machine, which is just this gives us access to the next curio that we want. Which you'll see in a bit. We need to get 2 skulls in this stage. One of them is basically free. The other one is inexpensive.
Yeah.
Like with the other characters, the whole stage runs on global cycles, so if you mess anything up, it is very costly in terms of time.
But yeah, the problem with the Skillibro route is that you need more skulls, and the weapons tend to be stronger on some bosses, but it's like not enough compared to the one that I'm gonna use. So
right, it's better on the bigger bosses because you can get all 5 of the hits in, but the one that they're getting instead is consistently good on everybody. And yeah, so coming up on the Alchemeister, it's Alchemeister, right?
yeah.
In my head, I always call this guy Potion Master, but this fight is pretty similar other than the fact that there's water on the ground, which is pulling you in different directions.
It's actually very technical. It doesn't look like it, but yeah, if you don't do it properly, you bonk on the right side of the wall, on the right side, and yeah, you don't have to happen because you get hit, you lose time.
Oh yeah, I guess we should explain how the rail mail works. To activate it,
exactly.
as you're jumping, you hold down as you land. And if you do that, you'll automatically start grinding. You can hold forward and down in order to move faster, or you can hold back and down in order to turn around. So you gotta turn around at the end of that Alchemeister fight, or you bonk off the wall, and you lose a bunch of time. That's bad.
And you thought the RNG of that fight was bad in Shovel Knight and Plague Knight? Ah!
Now there's 2 of them, and they're both random.
Yeah. Actually, you know which one is the real one because there's a color difference for both the actual boss and the potion he's holding, so you can figure that with either of the 2.
See, I know that that's true, and I've seen like the side-by-side comparison of the real Plague Knight and the duplicate. But in practice, when they're jumping around, I can't tell which one's which. It's really hard.
You have to watch them when they spawn, and as soon as they spawn, watch both of them and see which one is the real one.
Oh, okay, that's smart. Yeah, because when they first spawn, they stand still, and you can take a second to figure out which one's real.
You have like half a second to realize. I mean, it takes practice to be fast enough to realize which one is a good one. You need to have, like, to react with your eyes and everything. But yeah, how I personally do it is that I'm like, okay, they're gonna spawn somewhere there. I know where the potion is gonna be. I'm looking the potion. If the potion is purple, I know it's the good one. If it's orange, it's the bad one. That's how I do it personally. But
okay, when he spawns, call out which one's real. I want to see if you can. I want to see the skills in action. Which one's real?
Well, I'm just be loud of the blue like that. You can't do that. No.
You gotta have good reactions to play the video games quickly.
Yeah, I know, but you're asking me too faced.
All right. So Tulu just finished the first flashback. Mumu is going into it. So this automatically happens. This automatically happens once you have beaten 2 stages. There's a lot of money in these. We are skipping. No, he's fine. We are skipping almost all of it because the money route is that efficient at this point. But there's like an absurd amount of money in here.
Oh yeah, Skillibro actually get a lot of it in here.
Yeah, there's like 600 in a wall. There's like a chest and 2 pink gems.
At the
like
end,
1400 right there, which we completely skip. Yeah, it's in that wall to the left. There's 600. We just skip it.
Yeah.
Money's too good. So at this point, Tulu has gone to Lost City. The stage order doesn't really matter anymore. We have everything we're gonna get. I guess other than upgrading the Bounding Soul.
Yeah, I was gonna say technically it does matter a bit, but fortunately, what a surprise, the other stages actually is good enough for the money, to get enough money for, you know, upgrades, for the mana upgrade, and you can upgrade the basketball. I guess that's how we call it. So I mean, when it's gonna get orange, that's gonna be basketball. I mean.
Oh yeah, when it's okay. So I guess we should talk about the basketball as well because we haven't mentioned that yet.
Oh yeah.
So that's the second and last curio that we get in this run, which throws a projectile that bounces off walls. It is not super remarkable until it's upgraded, but when it's upgraded, you can throw 4 of them, and they can hit enemies multiple times before going away. And we're going to use that to throw them at certain angles where we'll get maximum value out of every basketball. They'll all hit like 2 or 3 times on each boss.
Yeah,
It'd be
the big
crazy.
difference is that it goes through enemies compared to the pink one.
Yeah, the pink one just
That's a
disappears
huge
as soon as it
difference.
hits something. So, yeah, the pink one is like kind of whatever. The orange one, the basketball, that's the party starter. That's where things really change.
What's interesting about doing Mole Knight with the pink one is that, going through it doesn't matter that much because Mole Knight is in the wall most of the time. So, the pink one is good enough for Mole Knight.
Yeah, I mean, even if we could get the orange one by that point in the run, it wouldn't actually save that much time.
That's super risky and super scary, but yeah.
No, it's fine.
Very nice. Momo didn't get that much shine back yet. Still, difference of 1 minute and 45 seconds still seems to be there. Even more around 1 minute and 30 seconds, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, both runners have been playing super well, so Tulu is keeping the lead that his team has built for him. Or I suppose that he's built for...
Curio, so no one cycle.
Oh, jeez. You better know which one's real. It was that one. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's also a low% runner, so he knows his stuff. Well, they're actually both a low% runner too, so...
Oh, yeah,
if they
that's
don't
true.
get if they don't get the one cycle, they know how to react for the second cycle, so that's fine.
Yeah, Tulu actually for a long time, when everyone else was still running any percent, was running exclusively low percent. And it was a while before he actually started taking any percent really seriously, but as soon as he did, like, he started doing really well. I believe he's 3rd on the leaderboard right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really good time.
Yeah, 39-17, and we're having 38-26. Oh, he went for... Well, we won't see it.
Yeah, so Mumu also went for the spaghetti strat. So Tulu got it, Mumu missed it. It's, we're not totally sure how that works. It's just, if you hit the lava at the same frame that the Jello block connects, you can phase through the floor somehow.
And now... the worst guy in the run. And that part is not actually the bad part. You see it later. Don't worry.
Yeah, he's a jerk, but right now he's like not as much of a jerk as he could be.
He's a jerk, but not like, he's not at a master level yet.
He only gets progressively ruder as we get further into the game.
Basically, yeah.
We'll talk about that later. Right now we're going to the Iron Whale. Still just doing the stages in order. This stage is great.
I love the music of it.
Yeah. Trying to think. Yeah, each stage has like the stage mechanics from original Shovel Knight, but they also add something new in each one. I'm trying to remember what the new. Oh yeah, that's right. They add the bubbles in this one that float on the surface of the water. You can slash them. There's one right there. I mean, we have rail mail, so we mostly can ignore them, but they are there.
You can move them around, and so you can dash further and further. Yeah, you don't need them. You need percent.
Yep. Cool strat there. Letting you skip a lot of that tentacle room there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's very important to be careful there with the darkness usage because you want to have just enough darkness to dash to that last night at the end.
Yeah, darkness is still pretty tight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tight for the whole run. Like, we only buy as much as we need, but yeah, definitely early in this stage, you want to make sure you're not missing your rushes, or you're gonna have to do some kind of weird backup.
And if you thought that RNG for 420 feet was bad for Plague and Shovel Knight, well, it's not as bad for Spectre, but it's still. Oh, he's going for that strat. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, this is a good example of what we were talking about with the basketballs, having them every single basketball we throw is going to hit twice if we can help it, and it lets us really easily one cycle 420 fish.
There is a faster strat than the Tolu did just now. I guess Mumu's going to go for it.
Okay.
But we'll see. Because the way Tolu did it is not very much RNG, but it's a bit slower than Mumu will probably do. But it's a little more RNG. There we go. Oh, he's dead. Oh no. Oh, nice reaction.
No, it's fine. Oh, jeez. Tulu's in a bit of trouble here. So this will kill him if it hits him once.
Nice.
It does a full 2 hearts of damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Very clutch. Got out of that.
It's the enemy that hits the hardest in the game. Any
Yeah.
character.
It does the absolute most damage per hit of any regular enemy in the game. I think maybe even any boss.
Yeah. The boss that hits the hardest in the game is proper. So.
Okay. Yeah. Crazy. Alright, I am curious if Mumu is going to go for the other strat against 420 Fish. This is a really good Treasure Knight fight, though.
Very
The other
nice.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, he's
Super
definitely.
duper
He's gonna
fast.
throw 4 orbs now. And he's not gonna go for it.
Nah,
Why
he's going...
people want? I prepare stuff and. Can I kill them after the run? Like, can I let you kill them? I don't know. I'm working actually for once, trying to do my best, and they go for the stuff.
Mumu just looked at all of your notes when you weren't paying attention before the run and was like, okay, I'm not going to do any of this.
How did you look in my brain? I mean,
Mumu's
stop
actually
hijacking
very
my
powerful.
brain.
A lot of people don't know that. Okay, so now we're doing the Lich Yard. This is the part of the run where you're actually supposed to do it. Oh, okay. I was a little scared for Mumu. I didn't think the anchor was.
I think he knows that it worked like that because otherwise he would go for it. Yeah, some slides on the missiles.
Nice.
Spectre stage is a really fun stage, I think, movement-wise.
Oh yeah, this is one of the funnest stages for movement, other than this room, which is a little annoying just because you can't see what you're doing, and the frogs can kind of troll you sometimes.
Well,
But for the most part, a lot of fun movement in this one.
I mean, that's just a point of view, even in the dark.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Oh yeah, so that Judgment Rush there, you have to do it at a specific point and time because otherwise you'll target the ghost. The way the Judgment Rush works is you target whatever enemy is closest to you, which a lot of the times doesn't matter because there's only one enemy, but sometimes if there's two, you gotta finagle it so that you target the right one.
Yeah.
Although for the most part, it's just like you press it at the beginning of the room and then you just skip to the end. There's a lot of rooms in the game like that. It's pretty great.
Sometimes it has very weird behavior. There's an example in Primal Key with the 2 knights. We'll see that later. Where you have to actually move a bit forward and then use
Yeah, I know which room you're talking about. Yeah, things like that.
It's kind of weird.
Make sure that you're flying
Makes no sense,
the correct
yeah.
direction. Okay. So anyways, you don't fight Spectre Knight in Spectre Knight stage, because that would make no sense. Instead you fight the Phantom Striker. And the Phantom Striker doesn't like basketball, so half
That's
of his life
not
is
a
already
great
gone.
amount of damage. It might be short.
Oh, okay, he might need 3 cycles now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you-
3 cycles.
7 is a bit... Yeah. It's a bit too much. Usually you want to see 6 or less. You can get 3 actually, which is insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah. 7 is a lot.
Yeah. So the way he's supposed to work is once he's taken 2 hearts of damage, he'll teleport away. But you can throw enough basketballs at the start of the fight that he takes more damage in a single phase than he's supposed to. And you can use that to 2-cycle him. But if you're a little short, he teleports again and you lose, I believe it's 3 seconds. Which,
Well, I don't know exactly how much time you lose by cycle, but it's a lot.
yeah. I think, I want to say I timed it and it was like 3 seconds.
Mumu will have to react properly to that because he has a bad cycle. Okay, we get a nice reaction.
Okay, is it done?
Oh,
Wow! Oh my... Okay,
I
okay,
was
we're
gonna
fine.
say you went for something super crazy and you nearly paid for it.
Jeez. Just trying to keep it interesting.
So I know nobody's gonna go for the block wall jump, so I'm not gonna mention it. Oh, wait, too late.
You already
Well,
did it.
Tulu, that was bad.
Yeah.
There we go. That's supposed to be an easy room.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mumu's looking pretty good as far as getting the
Block jump.
getting the
Down.
2-cycle goes. Nice, got the 2-cycle.
I know why people don't go for that strat because it's super precise, and if you don't get it, you lose a ton of time. But yeah,
I mean, it's not a race strat. No one's like very few people even go for that in runs in the first place, let alone like.
I'm the only one going for it. And Taiwan, but he doesn't run anymore, so yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. But I'm
Okay,
the only
nice.
one going for dumb strat that barely saves time and don't have actually wall record, so yeah.
Nice Shield Knight fight. This is the second flashback, by the way, but you probably figured that
was
out.
nice
This is in
Mumu.
black and white.
One
So
being
again-
nice to Mumu. Ooh.
Yeah, happens automatically once you've beaten a certain number of stages. There's also a curio that you can pick up in the first memory, but we skip it, which is these caltrops. But
Oh, we got
if
the
you didn't
dash
pick it up,
on.
you get it automatically at the
Yeah.
beginning of second memory. So we have it now. Which does have a few strats. You know, we use it for the boss fight, and there's also some dashes you can do with it. But for the most part, not super useful. We just use it because it's like we have it for free, so why not?
Yeah, why not? I'm pretty sure they don't go for the block wall jump just to annoy me. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure they don't want to like fall and lose time. I don't think it's explicitly. to
Very
annoy you.
nice kill from Momo there.
Yep, nice fight.
Pretty sure it was optimal actually.
Nice.
Well, I'm not an 80% master because I did learn the category, but I don't run it.
That's fair. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say that it is an optimal fight.
Yeah, let's
Why not? So Tulu now and Mumu in a sec going to be doing the Clockwork Tower, which is the stage in the speedrun that takes the longest because it has not one but two auto scrollers.
and not like in Shovel Knight and Plague Knight, you can't skip one of them.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, Jakob Games saw people were skipping their auto scroller and they were like, "Hey, you put a lot of work into that auto scroller. You better do it." So
You were like,
it was
"Hey,
fixed
no."
Inspector.
Don't skip out those scrolls, dude.
Yeah.
Now
You guys are
can't
going
anymore.
too fast. It's going way too fast, and you're skipping too much of our game, and we've had it. I imagine that's probably not why they did this.
They even put a don't scroller at the end of the game.
But for the other characters, the boss of this stage, Tinker Knight, is usually one of the easier bosses.
Yeah.
But for Spectre Knight, he's actually
Super hard.
significantly more difficult. One of the
Yeah.
harder bosses.
And he hits hard. Like even body contact does a full heart of damage.
Yeah.
Body
I feel like that's super. I don't know why it does a full heart, but yeah, touching the smallest knight in the game briefly does a full heart of damage.
To tell you, there's only two bosses that do full heart of damage by body contact. It's Tinker Inspector and Enchantress Inspector. That's it.
He's just a strong guy. He's very strong in the past. This is back when he was still lifting.
I'm lying. In any percent Shovel Knight, you have Conjurer's Code, so they all do full heart of damage by body contact.
All right.
But that's considering you have Conjurer's Code, so yeah.
Man, Shovel Knight's wild. I can't believe y'all run that. Like, you die in like 2 hits.
Nah, not really. It's not double damage, it's an extra half heart of damage. So. Oh,
Yeah,
a lot of people are confused by that. They think, oh, it's double damage. No, it's an extra half heart of damage. Just to be
And
precise.
thank God the rail mail doesn't do that. That would be horrible.
Yeah.
It just makes you go
be
faster
cool.
with no drawback, as far as I can tell.
That would be cool.
Yeah, well, no, it wouldn't. That sounds horrible. I would die all the time. I already
would be
pick
cool
up,
for me.
like, safety
Run
health
it.
in this run. I have enough health.
I think Mumu did get some time back there. Yeah, definitely got some time back there. So we'll see. A minute, maybe now. I don't know.
Tulu
It's hard
coming
to
up,
say.
coming up on the boss here. And yeah, for Shovel, this is kind of a joke fight. For Spectre, this is very much a real fight. It's going pretty well, though. He's getting all these double hits from all the basketballs.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start a lie split on my side.
Okay.
Just to see the difference when Tulu kills Tinker and when Tulu kills Tinker.
Okay.
Let's see.
So the second phase of the fight, after he takes a certain amount of damage, Tinker will switch from the left side of the screen to the right side, and vice versa. But with the basketballs, you're hitting him so much that he gets to one side and immediately changes to the other, which looks pretty funny.
Let's see how far behind is Mumu.
Alright. This will be useful information for the folks at home. Oh yeah, Tulu picking up a Darkness Wisp here, so now up to 4 Darkness, and can use Many more basketballs and judgment rushes.
They won't use it. They won't get any extra. So everyone should do the Baz stance, but yeah. At home.
Oh yeah, there's the Baz. He's gone. Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Nice
Now
Baz
we'll
fight.
know
Optimal.
how far behind is Mumu? Pretty soon.
We'll know in a second.
Yeah, a bit more than a second.
Okay, well,
I mean,
2.5
a second, but
seconds.
not really a second, you know.
yeah. It's a turn of phrase.
1 minute and 2 seconds. So yeah, actually Mumu got like nearly 45 seconds back. 45 seconds back. So
Oh wow.
it's a race.
It is a race. Mubu's getting closer and closer. Further we get. Tulu's actually coming up on a relatively difficult trick in this next room. Yeah, it's this room.
Yeah.
So he's going to try to damage boost off of these cauldrons and use that to climb up the wall. You can't get up that wall. Normally it's too high, but if you damage boost, it like the knockback from getting hit moves you high enough to get up it. So really nicely done.
Well, I'm saying it's 1 minute and 2 seconds. We
Okay.
don't know how synced the streams are, so
Oh,
it's
but, yeah, I guess that's a good point. But
potentially a minute
it is.
at the end.
It is no more than a minute and 2 seconds. I think we can assume.
All
Oh,
we
yeah,
know
you
is
can
that
hit
at the
these,
beginning, there was
you
a
hit these
1 minute
books.
45 seconds difference. So yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
Oh yeah, you can hit the books with the basketballs, which normally you would have to fall all the way down to the bottom of that room, hit it, and then wall climb back up. But with the basketball, you could just keep going. It's pretty great.
And
Basketballs are
extremely nice
amazing.
fight. Speaking of amazing basketballs, that's gonna be
Oh yeah, I actually forgot about that. You can slash the Bounding Soul, and then it'll go back the same way, so you can get it to hit again. That was a super clean fight. Really nicely done.
There's something very funny to do with basketballs. If you have a big room, which is the biggest room we can find, is the hub. You can
Okay.
actually throw a basketball, use rail mail, and dribble with the.
Oh
ball.
wow, really?
Yeah, you can do that. So that's pretty funny.
That should be a category.
You
Just
you
get
can.
the longest dribble.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I forgot to. Well, I guess we'll see at the end who's ahead and who's behind anyway.
Yep.
And now there's the last stage.
This is the last one before the. Oh, that was a really nice save by Mumu. Was it nice enough? No, it wasn't.
No. Yeah, that was. He should have hit the book again, which he didn't. So yeah.
Yeah.
Now that's not a big time loss because he has a checkpoint behind, but yeah, not great, not ideal.
Yeah. Not when Mumu was already behind. That's sort of rough. But I agree. Hitting the book a second time would have worked. I just thought it was really close. She whiffed a judgment rush in order to avoid falling in the pit. and then get
Yeah,
back
that
on
was
the
clever,
wall.
but yeah. He forgot to activate the books again, didn't realize he didn't have the time, unfortunately, but yeah, you know.
Alright, so this mini boss on Tulu's screen, you can one cycle by hitting it with a lot of basketballs.
A mini boss?
I mean, he's
You saw a
actually
mini
already
boss?
dead.
I didn't see one. I mean,
There was definitely a mini boss there, I assure you.
sure? Okay. Well,
I mean, it died very quickly. It only has 12 hits.
nice basketball there, though.
Yeah. Hey, there's a lot of strats with the basketball to hit these switches.
Yeah. And
There's
one
a
coming
specific
right
order
now.
that you're supposed
There
to
you go.
do these rooms in, but we're just not going to because it's slow. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a trick where you cancel your momentum by doing a judgment rush in a room that has no enemies. You just do that little whiff animation, then you stop, but it's useful because it cancels all the momentum that you had, and then you can climb up the wall.
Yup. I got the strat, very nice.
Cool stuff.
Very nice too. Yeah, Cholo did it very good. What a nice stage.
Yeah, this was a good polar stage. See how the boss goes. This boss is
He's actually hard to do in 8%, to be honest.
in any with the basketball strats.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, because again, getting all the double bounces can be tricky. and then you have to dash with him and slash at the same time in
Yeah.
order to. Oh, I was trying to call out that mini boss when it appeared on Mumu's stage, but it's already gone again.
You
I
should.
swear to God, this stage has a mini boss.
Oh, I got double dash. So there's a strat I call dash ceiling cancel. So when you hit a ceiling, your dash stops, which means that you can do a second one, and that's how you activate twice the same switch. So that's pretty useful.
Yeah, it's really hard to do though.
Yeah, it's very precise. And what's funny is that ceiling cancel tends to kill more than it's useful.
Getting a lot of double slashes is really important in low percent. In any percent, you can kind of get away with not doing it. There's
Yeah.
cases where it's really necessary.
Ooh, damage booster too there. So
Nice.
probably the hardest stage of the game. Like, by
Yeah, I would
far.
Yeah, I would agree. This is the hardest stage. Arguably the hardest boss too. Definitely hardest stage, probably hardest boss.
Yeah, I don't. Well, if technically it's not the hardest boss, but
Yeah.
it's just the hardest boss because it's a long fight. If you do a mistake, it can go wrong super fast. But it's not the most technical fight, by saying.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. It's not necessarily the hardest fight, but it is definitely the most punishing if you mess up.
Yeah. And it can annoy you really fast.
Yeah. Okay, so nice job getting through the Crusher in the minimal number of cycles from
But if you
Tulu.
thought that Black Knight in that stage was the worst boss ever, you're far from being surprised.
Yeah, he's so nice to you in Plains, and you think like, oh, maybe this is the character where Black Knight is not a huge jerk, and it ends up being that is not the case.
Actually, I don't think it's Black Knight being the jerk. It's Terrapin being the jerk.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Terrapin is the much bigger problem.
Oh, now the turtle has a name, huh?
Well, he's leveled up.
Oh.
In
Strong
in Plains
enough
he was
to
just
now.
Turtle, but now we're in Tower of Fate and he is Terror.
Okay, I see. I see
He's
your
a
point.
scary dog.
I see your point, yeah.
Yeah. It's horrifying.
But yeah, still, Terrapin might be the biggest jerk ever. But wait, no. He's the biggest jerk, he's not the master. But yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about those stages, just watch them do their stuff because it's nice.
I
don't have
mean,
anything to
certainly
say.
not for the auto scroller. You can get out of the auto scroller a little earlier than you're supposed to,
Yeah.
which we saw Tulu do there. But for the most part, you're just waiting.
Here's an
This Crusher
actually-
skip is pretty cool though. If you missed it the first time around, you could see it here. Oh, that's not the cool part. Nope, never mind.
You are doing like me, you're screwing people over by talking too early.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
do
like,
that.
yo, check out this cool trick that the runner's gonna do.
I mean, I'm doing it enough already, don't do it. I'm doing
And
that.
it's not on purpose. I have only the best intentions, I swear.
Well, speaking of fight going the wrong way, there you go.
Okay.
Tulu is like, oh, I'm tired of this. Basketballs
Yeah.
everywhere. Don't care.
Yeah, so the end of that fight, once Black Knight gets down to 1 health, he will go invincible and immediately jump onto Terrapin,
Yeah.
wherever the two of them are. And the idea is to hit him right as he does that and end the fight. But if you miss that hit, you can just throw a whole bunch of basketballs and hope it works out, which this time it did.
Yeah, now... I like, oh, you expected going to the right side? Nope, going up.
Alright, so we got a slightly different version of blocks in this category, but it's still kind of the same idea. Just want to hit them. Oh, except for this part. I forgot these guys do this.
Yeah, you have to dodge blocks, but actually no, you don't have to.
No, you don't have to. You can just
Yeah,
jump
that's
all the way to the
nice,
upper right of the screen.
Ooh,
Whoa!
very nice.
Okay, I haven't seen that one before actually. That was cool.
So yeah, there's another place where you can do that, but when you have the platform going up, if you do the flipping animation, you keep the momentum on the platform with you, so you go a bit higher.
Oh, that's
What
how that
happened with
works.
Tolu Bear, yeah.
That's super cool.
And you can do that here too, but it's useless.
It's interesting that it works.
Yeah.
Alright, Enchantress fight. So, it is going to be really important to get a lot of bounces
Oh,
on
he
this
got a lot
fight.
of damage there.
Yeah, wow, look
He
at that.
wanted an extra more, he won't go for it yet. So there you want 6 health.
Yeah, it's a race, so I don't think he's going to go for the Judgment
Yeah.
Rush stuff. Yeah, especially not when he had such a good first phase.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
He
really
got
nice
very
fight.
good, position of Enchantress there.
So now we
Good-
see exactly
good
why
hunt.
Reese is such a jerk.
Yeah, well, is it Reese being a jerk or the designer being like, hey, let's put some random stuff on the ground where you are?
I've always
why
assumed
not?
that Reese is the one making these rails, and if
Sure.
that's the case, then he is the jerk. So these rails are random. Sometimes they're in a good spot, and you can hit Reese, and it's great. Sometimes they're in a bad spot, and you cry because you can't hit him, or
Yeah.
because you fall to your death.
Ah!
Yeah, like that was a part where there could have been a
So,
falling.
I'll be
into
honest, I'm trolling the devs there, but it's actually a very fun fight as a playthrough. It's just not a fun fight as a speedrunner.
Yeah,
It depends your point of view, you know.
if you don't care how fast you do it, this is actually a very fun
It's a
final
really
boss
fun
fight.
fight.
I enjoyed it a lot when I played this casually.
Yeah, when you play it through, it's a really fun boss fight.
Yeah, but when it's
When
like
you
I need
don't
good
need-
rails so I can get a good time,
Yeah,
then it's a
there you
little
go.
frustrating.
Time.
All right,
Blue. Done.
what is the Tulu time?
Let's see. I mean, I like being a troll and a jerk. Sorry, but that it get the better of me, you know. I've seen a lot of bad RNG today, so
Yeah, we prefer to always see only the best of RNG
yeah.
if we can help it.
So Tolu had a 1 minute and 45 lead, right? At the
I
beginning.
believe that's correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 1 minute 45 when we first started.
So apparently it would be a 49.52 for Tolu, which is a really good time, by the way. Oh, he got the below the ground kill that we were talking about earlier.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so
can,
that's what.
if she has 3 full heart, you can kill her below the ground. You can do that. 7.
Yeah,
is
it's
tricky,
obviously very
8 is not
risky
doable.
because if you mess it up, you fall to your death. But it is
Yeah.
the fastest way to
and you have
kill
to do the fight all over again.
that. Yeah, that's really the worst part. Yeah, and there's like 40 seconds or something insane.
So let's see.
Wow, good
Yeah,
set
that
of
was
basketballs there. They like all hit.
Yeah. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, didn't get great RNG either.
Ah, it's almost enough damage to skip this final part, but
And done. There we go.
timer
Oh,
now.
we got a 40-12, a 40 doubled up 12. There you go. Yeah, you
40
did
minutes,
it.
12 seconds,
So yeah.
which for 4 deaths is incredible.
No, 20 seconds difference. Damn. At the end, so that was a great race. Wow, it went back and forth a lot.
Yeah, nicely
Move with
done
the
to
deaths
both teams.
Saves 1 minute and 20 seconds. Damn.
Yeah, that's wild. That's why Momo's the world record holder, but Tulu's team ends up winning the race.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Well, technically, no, he didn't save. Actually, no, I'm wrong. My bad. No, he actually lost 20 seconds over Tolu, actually.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because,
Math.
I mean, he's behind, even though he started 1 minute and 45. So, yeah. The difference being, and the end, 2 minutes and 5 seconds. But still very close, though. Still.
Math
GG,
is
both.
confusing. But yeah, GG to everybody who entered, and thanks as always to the speedrunning stream for allowing us to do this, and hope everybody who was watching had a good time.
So I don't know how it's gonna go right now. I guess Tolu's gonna jump in since he's the organizer of the stuff. Well, I don't know, maybe not. Apparently the interview should be fine. Apparently.
Apparently.
Do we have everyone jumping at the same time in it? I don't know. Maybe. Do something.
Anyone wants to jump in here?
Well, we have Mumu right now. Hey, Mumu.
Hey, Momo.
Hi guys. Impossible video game.
That game is impossible. It can't be beaten.
Honestly,
What happened during Crusher?
Okay. That was like, okay, I'm just gonna jump and start a grind, and I held right a little too early.
Ah,
And by the time I realized I was in the pit, I was in the pit.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the pit.
That's the video
Yeah,
game. That was a really good run, though.
40.
Well-
40. So, yeah, I can't say it was an awful run, but like, for me, it feels bad.
That's fair.
Hey,
Now we
Tolu.
have Tulu in here as well. Yeah, Tulu.
So yeah,
Oh,
apparently
wow.
that was right.
Congrats,
2 minutes
dude.
and 5 seconds difference.
Oh boy, what an adventure that was.
Yeah.
I don't even know what happened to you, man.
Well, you had to take back what you lost in Plague Knight, right?
Yeah.
GG.
GG.
Yeah, GG.
But I won't GG that Outbot guy. That guy's a jerk.
That's reasonable.
You nearly got one record if you didn't screw in
A stranded ship, yeah.
Central Ship, yeah. Yeah, so you better look after him, you know? Look for him, rather. I mean, you're not looking after a child, I guess. Maybe
Oh,
you are.
there he is.
Please take care of
Marks.
Oddbod.
Hey, Oddbod.
Hey, Outbot.
Hey, Oddbod.
Hey.
Nice PV.
Yo, thanks.
Nearly
Couldn't
one
get sub
record.
40 for like how long, and then you get 2 sub 40s within like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although that run was kind of weird. I think the stream didn't see the ending, but I had 3 cycle the last boss. So that's
The legend of the 3 cycle
Yeah.
essence.
I literally
mean-
messed up the very last input of the game and lost 10 seconds because of it. So that's the thing.
You are saying that it's not low person only? Free cycle?
No, you're bad. It's not.
Didn't know. Yeah, that was. To be honest, that was really fun to commentate. Like, it went back and forth a lot. So,
Yeah,
what
man.
insane! Like, Mumu was coming back real fast on you, Tolu, until he did that huge mistake in.
Tidemar
Taiwan,
was the
unfortunately.
first one.
Yeah,
Feeling
You were still
great
getting
shame
time.
right now.
and then I think the biggest time loss was really the Tower One death in the Crushers.
That was so dumb. I lost
Yeah.
20 seconds off of each of those.
Because you made 45 seconds back on Tolu until your first death. So
Wow.
you were coming back fast, real.
Yeah, you're
fast.
cruising.
Yeah, everything was going fairly smooth. I was actually like 45 seconds off my own PB by the time I got to Pridemore, so I didn't feel like I was going fast.
Oh, your PV's pretty good.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. I was not happy about going to Lich Chart first. I was really upset.
Yeah, oh, that happened to wrong stage.
I was
Oh,
really upset.
huh?
Well, hey, because of you, we got to mention the Skelebro route. So
Yeah.
Totally.
That's a good
You have to be like, oh yeah, that was the old
He
route.
went into Spectre before
I went to
First
Lich Chart
stage.
before Exploratorium.
yeah, and had to quit and select, which is a huge time loss, by the way.
Oh,
if people don't
jeez.
know, is that you have
Yeah.
to make all the way back from the left side of the hub to the right side of the hub. So that's a lot of time.
Yeah, I lost. I think that loses like at least 20 seconds, somewhere like between 20 and 25, something like that.
Yeah.
It's more like in
That
low
sounds
percent
right.
because you had rail. Oh no, you didn't have rail. Yeah,
No,
you
no.
have rail mail.
He had rail mail. It's definitely about that much because that's the same amount of
Yeah.
time that Taiwan lost for his
Oh,
old sub
true.
35 New Game Plus
Yeah.
record.
True. Yeah, low percent lose way more than that. Then.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't realize that.
I had the chat up for like pretty much the entire thing, and after that happened, I was like, I can't do this. I can't keep getting this thing, dude. It was so unreal. Like I just couldn't believe I made that mistake.
I had no idea what was happening. I had chat up too, and I just saw a lot of spaghetti. That was about it.
Oh yeah.
So, besides Spectre and Plague, we had Primarix, which is here, and Engage as well. And Primarix did a very smooth Shovel Knight run.
Oh man, I was going into it really just hoping I didn't die to boss rush. Like that was the one thing. and then it didn't go particularly well, but I didn't die, so it was okay. Like the boss rush. That was a pretty bad split in PB, and I was comparing, and I lost 2 seconds, which is not great.
I can't believe I blew the beetle skip twice. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it was unfortunate.
I think Oddbot and Primarix are the ones who didn't really make mistakes, like big mistakes. So don't shoot yourself. we all
disagree, but thanks.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but you know, he made for a good race. So
and you did a lot of crazy things. You were leaving frames everywhere.
These are just normal things I do in my speedruns now. They're not. Crazy will become normal soon enough.
Your Treasure Knight fight is pretty crazy, to be honest.
All I had to do was just do the charge glitch once, and I would have been fine. And I blew it.
By the way, I don't know if it came across on stream, but I started when Primorix the dot done. I started late. I'm not sure by how much. Maybe like 20 seconds or so, because like I was still like practicing when he actually finished. I wasn't expecting him to finish so fast, and I didn't really have any other way to see like where he was. So,
I mean, combined time-wise, your team definitely did better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need to look at the sheet.
I did the math in my head, and it was 2 minutes and 5 seconds, and Umayo is confirming it with his feed, so.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that I didn't start more than like, you know, max like 40 seconds later.
So yeah, I didn't actually talk about the overall time for both runs, but for Team Pineapple Pizza, it was 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 28 seconds. And for Team Tooth and Anime Master, Tolu not at all being the Anime Master, by the way. No, just
I'm
kidding.
not.
Being 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 23 seconds. There you go. So yeah, 2 minutes and 5 seconds difference.
I just want to say, using pineapple or pizza against Tolu is a cursed idea. It has not worked for me twice now. Don't do it.
I mean, finding anime. What are you thinking? Anyway.
Was that your file name for when you fought me in the Shovel Knight tournament?
I believe I used pineapple and Speedfrog used anime, or it was the other way around.
Oh yeah, don't do that. No,
yeah, that was an instant
I will mess
loss.
you up.
I mean,
Now
it's confirmed that 2/3 of an anime is stronger than a pineapple pizza. Just saying.
Oh god. I guess some things are worse than others.
Well, at least it's not thanks to you, Tolu. It's thanks to Primarix. I guess Primarix is the anime master now.
Shout outs to my boy, Primorix, for killing it.
Yeah, thanks.
So Primarix, you're a new anime master now. You can't dodge it anymore.
Oh man.
Yeah, at least 1/3 of it, I guess.
Yeah, I really think that Oddbot and Primorix were the winners here, regardless.
Yeah.
Both of them. I mean, Engage killed it with the strats.
Yeah,
and he tried to go for the gear strat.
You're Black Knight. Why? Why did you do that?
I was practicing that so much, and like they just got the race jitters.
You got it in the tournament though last time, so.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was the simplified version, but the version I do now, I use the charge slashes.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, I know that.
Wait, you were doing the Black Knight gear and that thing?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you are an absolute madman. Oh boy. Oh yo, while we're here, I want to give a shout out to my boy. If you're still around, Sexmix, I love you, baby. You're the best. Always supporting your boy.
I did shout him out during your run.
Oh dang, dude. Yo, shout out to Sexrex.
Definitely shout outs to Sexrex.
Thank you, Feasel and Speed Gaming, for having us once again.
Oh yeah, those guys do a pretty good job too. They're pretty
Yeah.
good. The start of this was a little bit messy, but I think, well, actually I didn't really watch the stream because I was playing most of the time, but hopefully it went mostly smoothly.
It went well.
And most importantly of all, I think hopefully everybody enjoyed the show, and hopefully we'll have more of these types of events in the future, maybe, perhaps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we gotta do this again sometime.
This ain't the only thing we're doing, that's for sure.
Let's do a lupus on one. What?
I don't, maybe.
No?
So I know
Where
many
are you
people
gonna
are...
find low percent plague runners?
Oh man.
Yeah. I guess it's that.
Screw that category.
Yeah. no.
Low plague.
But yes, I think I saw a lot of people wondering, hey, why is this idiot have... Why is this guy playing two characters on one relay team? Like, what is this? Okay. Let me
It's
tell
hard to
you
find
about...
fake runners.
I tried real hard to find people for everyone's like schedule to line up to make... I wanted to make this happen in a pretty like short amount of time. And everybody's schedule is kind of a mess. So this is this is the result of all of the scheduling havoc that Arena has. So
And also-
hopefully,
Long story short, it's an international affair.
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you, Tolu, for spearheading this little event as well.
Yeah, dude.
It also matters to keep the team time fair and square, you know. Because if
Yeah,
you,
but-
I don't know if you, for example, you put me, you have a team that is completely disadvantaged because well, I'm super slow in playing any
Yeah.
percent and I'm super
Getting-
slow in stick to percent.
Getting
Yeah,
everyone who is capable with the best possible times was the challenge.
That was the hard part.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully it was still fun to watch and wasn't too egregious with my my sliminess all over the place.
Well, on other speed gaming channels, we have Pokemon Crystal, we have Mega Man X, and we have Link to the Past. Link to the Past, a quite frequent staple of speed gaming. And thanks again for having us here.
Yo, word. Shoutouts again to Speed Gaming, Diesel, and all the dudes.
And to Sex Rex, don't forget that.
Oh yeah, Sex Rex
Sex
Songs again.
All right.
Anime sucks.
Yeah, it does. You right.
Good night.
Bye.
I'm out of here.
Good night, folks.
Have a good night.